Kyle Pitts may no longer be part of the Atlanta Falcons. Recently, Terry Fontenot, the Falcons' general manager, publicly expressed disappointment with Pitts, stating that the former fourth overall pick hasn't lived up to expectations. This isn't the first time the Falcons have singled out a player in the media, and history shows that such players often end up being traded. Think Jimmy Lake or Raheem Morris. In this video, I'll explore 4 potential strategies the Falcons could use to trade Kyle Pitts. These aren't specific trade proposals, but rather general methods they might consider. Method 1. Trade Pitts for future draft picks. The Falcons are short on draft picks for 2025, so trading Pitts could help them stock up. But what would Pitts bring in return? To estimate his value, let's look at a recent comparison. T.J. Hawkinson. Some might argue that Pitts isn't on Hawkinson's level, but the stats tell a different story. Over the last 3 years, their numbers are surprisingly similar. It's worth noting that if Pitts had quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, or even Sam Darnold, his stats might look much better. Hawkinson was traded for a second and third round pick, with some additional picks swapped. Based on this precedent, Pitts could likely fetch a late second round or early third round pick. If the Falcons can secure such a deal, it might be a win for both sides. Let's make a deal happen. This could be a great opportunity for the Atlanta Falcons to rebuild and move forward. It also gives another team a chance to grab a talented player who just isn't fitting in with the Falcons. One idea is for the Falcons to trade Kyle Pitts for a young edge rusher. The Falcons have a big need for pass rushers, and I think Kyle Pitts could be a great fit for the Indianapolis Colts in exchange for Quidry Pay. Why is this a good move for the Falcons? Quidry Pay is a player who can get about 8 sacks a year, which would help the team right away. On the other hand, the Colts need reliable targets for their quarterback, Anthony Richardson. Kyle Pitts would be a fantastic addition for them, giving him a big target to help stretch the field. So, the Falcons trade Kyle Pitts to get the pass rusher they desperately need, while the Colts gain a talented tight end who can make a big impact on their offense. Now, let's talk about another possibility. This one could be a blockbuster trade. There's been a lot of buzz about Micah Parsons possibly joining the Falcons if he doesn't re-sign with the Dallas Cowboys. Personally, I think he will stay with the Cowboys, but there's talk that they might struggle to keep him. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb all on the roster due to salary cap issues. If that happens, the Falcons should look for ways to acquire Micah Parsons, possibly including draft picks in the deal. To make this trade work, the Falcons might consider giving up Kyle Pitts. This could help reduce the number of draft picks they need to send over. Instead of offering 2 or 3 first-round picks, they could just send 1 or 2 first-round picks along with Kyle Pitts. This trade would benefit the Dallas Cowboys too. They would gain valuable draft picks and a receiving threat that they currently lack, aside from CeeDee Lamb. Just imagine Dak Prescott throwing to both Kyle Pitts and CeeDee Lamb. That could be a powerful combination for Dallas. Now, for the Falcons, acquiring the ultimate edge rusher in this blockbuster trade would be a huge win. Fans have been hoping for a strong pass rusher since day one. Now, let's explore another possibility. Trading Kyle Pitts for another tight end and some draft picks. Kyle Pitts has the potential to be an all-star tight end, but we're not sure what's going on with him right now. Is he still dealing with injuries? It's hard to say. The Falcons don't necessarily need an all-pro tight end. While it would be nice to have one, they already have an incredible running back in Bijan Robinson, who deserves more recognition. They also have talented receivers like Drake London and Darnell Mooney, plus a strong offensive line. With so many playmakers on the team, Kyle Pitts sometimes gets lost in the offense. Because of this, it might be best for the Falcons to trade him to a team where he can shine and be more effective. In this trade, the Falcons could also get some draft compensation for a tight end who may not be as talented as Kyle Pitts, but can still get the job done. One team I'm focusing on is the Chicago Bears, and I think a trade for Cole Kmet could work well. In this scenario, the Falcons would trade Kyle Pitts for Cole Kmet and a late-round pick, like a 6th or 7th rounder. I know some people might disagree with this idea, but hear me out. This trade would help the Falcons because they wouldn't have to force Kyle Pitts to meet high expectations. Plus, they'd gain a valuable day 3 pick, which they could use to move up in the draft if needed. Cole Kmet could be a solid tight end for the Falcons. He's a better blocker and more of a possession receiver, which is something the team could really use. Instead of needing to feature him in the offense, he can still be productive without a lot of targets. You can see Cole Kmet's stats on the screen right now. His best year is comparable to Kyle Pitts' worst year, but while he may not match Pitts in production, he makes up for it with his blocking skills. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree or disagree with this idea? Please leave a comment below about where you think Kyle Pitts should go and what kind of trade value he might have. And if you enjoy this content, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Also, check out this video where I discuss the firing of Jimmy Lake and how it could impact the Atlanta Falcons moving forward. Thanks for watching.